Hey guys, welcome to Resort Originals. We are back in our podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the Pokemon Sword and Shield Direct that we got this June. We have a lot of topics to go over and we have a great cast today, so we're going to be introducing one by one and then we're going to get right into the podcast. So Mystic, go ahead.
What's going on, guys? My name is MysticUmbreon and I do a lot of Pokemon Top 10s, teams for the main series games. I also do solo runs and stuff over on Twitch. A lot of roller coaster stuff, speculations, theories. If you guys like that kind of Pokemon content, definitely, yeah.
And JPR.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's JPR. I do a lot of reviews and updates and all kinds of other fun stuff. So, yeah.
And LumioseZac.
What is up, everyone? I'm LumioseZac. I like to make Pokemon videos on the games and the anime, top 10 speculations and analysis, whatever it is. You got me.
And Jason plays Pokemon.
What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing?
And HybridHero.
Elon's freaking evil, bro. That guy is evil. I'm telling you, he's an evil champion. I'm telling you right now. Sorry.
All right, so now we're officially going to get it started. So the first topic is just going to be our overall thoughts of this trailer. Do you think it was a success? Did you like it? Not like it? Not into too much detail, but just overall thoughts and opinions on the trailer. Go ahead, Mystic.
So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think that the trailer was super great. The one thing that really turned me off was the Dynamaxing feature, where it involves the Pokemon getting a stat increase and getting an increase in its size. I thought that was really lazy and really plain. But there is a leak out there that potentially leads to something, that goes along with Dynamaxing. It kind of talks about like the same concept, like adding like different designs to it. I'm like, that's pretty cool. But I don't want Dynamizing just alone because I think that that's a very lame gimmick unless you got something stacked on top of it. Other than that, I really love the trailer. I love the open world mechanics. I love the ability to be able to have Pokemon in their own unique habitats, overworld sprites, better than Let's Go, by the way, because Let's Go sprites are really bad. I also like to be, being able to fish again, being able to have the bike. That was also really neat. What else am I gonna say? I also like the gym battles seem like they're really fun. The gym leader's kind of he doesn't have a nose. I didn't even say his nose.
No, he does have a nose. It's just like it's very small.
It's just very there.
Very small.
I'm not knocking his nose, but I'm just saying, it was, he was cool. He seemed like he was really friendly. Rivals look cool. Champion looks really cool. Magnolia looks like she's a really awesome professor. Sonia, yeah, she's cool. I would pretty much say that overall, I enjoyed the trailer a lot, and I'm excited to see, like what else we can get.
All right.
This Dynamizing is kind of blah.
All right, and JPR.
So I'm kind of with Mystic here. I think that the Dynamaxing was a little underwhelming, to be honest, but everything else about the trailer I absolutely loved. I think that seeing the open world place, the wild area, whatever it is they call it, as well with the camera being able to be moved, I think that more than made up for it, and I am incredibly excited for that. I think that alone makes me like more excited for this than like Gen 6, Gen 7. Like this game looks amazing just from that trailer. Like, and all the new Pokemon designs I was a huge fan of as well. So Pokemon designs in the open world have me sold right now, even if I'm not like a huge fan of the new mechanics.
I'd rather say I really like the Raven Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
I forgot what its name is. I'm really bad with names.
Corviknight.
Corviknight.
It was so cool, and how you could like fly. It's like a tax service. That was really cool.
All right, Zach, what'd you think?
Oh man, dude, I am like all over the place. I am like super excited. I'm not gonna lie. Even things with like the Dynamaxing, like I get why people think it's kind of meh. I mean, it's interesting. I'll say that, but there's still some potential there, like what Mystic said, with depending on what the leaks say if it's true or not. But also, like I kind of appreciate it just the fact that it's like it's different than like Z moves and Megas, because like we all kind of knew there's gonna be this new battle mechanic that was introduced, and I was kind of getting tired of these big, giant, flashy things, even though Dynamaxing is big and giant, but it's not like every Pokemon we're getting new forms or like these long moves. Dynamaxing kind of feels like a toned down version of Z moves and Megas, so like I can kind of appreciate it. I'm looking forward to like what else is to come from this, so I'm just have an open mind. But other than that, I am like super excited for everything else. I like all the new Pokemon. They all kind of fit with this new Gen 8 style that they have. Like it's very unique from other Pokemon games, which I really like. I like all the characters. Champion is evil. Hybrid said it. I believe in that 100%. Champion is freaking evil. Corviknight is probably my favorite Pokemon out of the reveal today, and yeah, man, just everything, open world, everything. Oh man, like I don't want to talk too much, but I'm just super excited.
That's okay.
It's like all over the place.
It all looks good.
I agree.
Yeah, Jason, go ahead.
I mean, I woke up at exactly 8:15, fired up someone's Twitch stream and just. Ultimately, I think the trailer was good. Last got one in February. It was end of February, a half-ish months. So I like how they've kept their longevity with releasing stuff, and everything that was revealed today, like the Gigamaxing or whatever it's called, or Dynamaxing. That's what it is. That's cool as like the new evolution type concept. I guess I don't really know. It's not anything like too broken. It only lasts for 3 turns, so that's kind of cool. I love seeing the new camera angles and the depth that you can actually like view the game from, like the depth of field. That's what I was trying to say there. I like how it feels more sort of like a Breath of the Wild type Pokemon game, and I don't know if that'll lead to a full-on open world surrounding, but I'd like to hope for that. And the fact that they also threw us a bit of a red herring initially, and now that we actually have like sort of half overworld battles, and then I know I saw a screenshot where there's like an exclamation point that pops up showing if there's like a Pokemon hiding in grass. So I mean, out of everything that we saw today, even including the legendaries, like I feel like we got enough to hold us over till maybe one more direct before the game comes out. But ultimately, I enjoyed it. It was a good trailer.
All right, nice. And then lastly, Hybrid, go ahead.
Oh, look, okay. I didn't care if we got a new mechanic or what. I just wanted a new Pokemon game with some like new designs, a good story, and like some nice characters. I don't know about the story bit yet, but bro, these are some good Pokemon, especially for like the first, like these are the first Pokemon that were revealed to us for Galar and Corviknight. We have Drednaw, Gossifleur, Wooloo,
Yo, that thing is my son, bro. I love Wooloo.
Yes,
He lost Sobble. No more Sobble. It's all Wooloo now.
It's all Wooloo now, man.
Wooloo's your kid.
My new favorite child.
Wooloo's adorable.
Yeah, but like,
God.
sorry, we have what you call it? What's his name? Leon. We have Sonia. Yeah, bro, their character designs, they're great. Dynamaxing, honestly, I don't care. Like it's whatever. But Pokemon game, it's there, and I'm glad. Like the one thing I'll say about Dynamaxing is that I'm glad it enables co-op.
Yeah,
Or,
because I think he's like the Pokemon Go kind of mechanic, I guess, with the raids
battles. Yeah. Like, so I'm glad that Dynamaxing enables that for us. That's a cool bit, and it changes up gym battles as well. So in that sense, I'm happy. But overall, music's great. I think there's been a visual improvement with the games. It looks like it's better. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, I think they just did a much better job at really giving us what we wanted to be able to see within the Galar region, where a lot of it was pretty up in the air. We didn't know too much about it. I mean, we only did have one other trailer, but it was a very standard trailer. So I think they did what they needed to do to get the audience, or all of their audiences, more invested into this game. So overall, I think everything's really fledged out. They did a great job with the designs, not only with the trainers, the gym leaders, the Pokemon. Everything just seems like they did spend a lot of time on it, and nothing looks like a copycat from one to another. So overall, I think they did a great job showing what they needed to get us all back invested into this game. So now we'll leave this kind of open to just a regular discussion. New Pokemon designs, go ahead. Any ones you like, don't like, things that you like, think that you like about the Pokemon, just go ahead. This is all free at this point.
The best bird ever. Best regional bird by far. No question.
I completely agree. No,
No,
I mean,
100%.
still like Skarmory a lot, but I mean that one's a very, very close second, dude. that's probably going to be one. That's going to be one of my favorite flying Pokemon right there already. I can already tell. Especially, I'm not sure if it's going to get an evolution though. What do you guys think about that?
I think probably just like a pre-evolution. Yes.
Yeah. They already said
Yeah,
like it's one of the strongest flying type Pokemon in the region. So which leads me to believe that
It's probably a pre. Oh, I can't wait to see what the pre-evolution is, dude.
It
Imagine
kind
this
of
little
reminds me
baby
of
Reed running
Noivern in
around.
a way, because they revealed Noivern in Gen 6, but never Noibat. So kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
guys think it's a regional bird, or do you guys think it's like just a random flying
Nah.
Pokemon?
No,
I think it's random flying Pokemon.
I
We
think,
haven't got the like regional bug, bird, and rodent like we typically do, you know?
Yeah, I think this one's going to be seen too much throughout the game, such as like being like the new flying HM, where I think there might be another Pokemon that'll be there, kind of like what Noctowl was to Gen 2, where Skarmory was kind of on its own, where I think this is going to be more like the opposite of Skarmory, where Skarmory's more setup and defense Pokemon, where I think Corviknight is going to be more on the offensive end
The
for
meta's
it.
going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
I hope that thing has a badass evolution though.
Or even a pre,
Corviknight?
I feel like I thought it might be the fully evolved form, but I feel like it's got to evolve into something better. I don't know why. I just feel like
See, I
don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it
Yeah.
didn't evolve at all.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know
On
why
the
they would
website-
showcase the Pokemon. It's like, why wouldn't she showcase the final evolution? Like, why showcase like the middle stage one?
well,
you know,
it doesn't
or
have to be
like
a
a
middle
pre.
stage. It could just be like I think it was
Like Skarmory. It can just not evolve.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
like
But
Wooloo or Noctowl
we're
was
talking
just
about, you know,
two
it
stages.
evolving. Yeah.
Yeah.
PR said that on the website. It said it was the best, like, what was it, the best bird in Galar or something?
Yeah, like the
strongest bird.
strongest in the skies or something like that.
So I doubt it has an evolution because of that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
It just seems
really
to
love the
be a little
Pokemon.
bit debunked. That's all.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as like the other designs go, I'm genuinely impressed. Like, I normally
come on.
have my style and type of Pokemon that I do like, but each one of these are so fleshed out, and you just understand the reasoning kind of behind their design, and we really haven't seen anything much like that. Like, even with Wooloo, I mean, the closest thing we have to is Mareep, but it looks completely different. So
Yeah,
I think
I wanted to
yeah.
highlight Wooloo as well as Corviknight because they're very simplistic yet very recognizable designs. Like they
Yes.
remind me of
You
like
know
Gen
what? It
1 or
feels
Gen
Yes.
2.
Gen
Pokemon.
2.
100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And I love it because of that.
I think the new guy, James Turner, he's doing a
Yeah.
fantastic
Yeah.
job. Like, he is
You know what's
actually,
funny
like,
about that?
really-
James Turner's the one that
He made
made
the
like,
ice cream cone
Yeah,
Pokemon.
Billish,
Yeah.
He made.
I know.
He-
Yeah,
he's
he
learned
did.
a lot
He did an
since then.
excellent job.
Then again, he also made
I mean, I
Golurk,
like
and Golurk was
Vanilluxe.
cool as hell.
It's
Yeah.
really cool for
It-
Pokemon.
It's interesting though, because if you compare the starter Pokemon to all the new Pokemon that were revealed, you really don't see much correlation with the two. Where I feel like it's just it's a very different vibe with the starters and the new Pokemon that we got. Where it's almost kind of
I also-
contradicting what we're going to be getting
I
going
definitely
forward.
feel a very Gen 2 vibe from these Pokemon.
I feel
I
a
mean,
big Gen
I
2
can see
vibe
Gen
from
1.
Dreadnought, actually. Dreadnaught's very cool. The
Yeah.
only thing I don't like about him is that he's water rock and he's just like Tortuga, and I'm like, they could have just
My
chosen
thing
one or the
is,
other.
is he just looks like a bad actually, you know what he could be? He could actually be the fossil Pokemon.
Yeah, you could kind of
I
see
don't
like the
think so.
top where it
It's
looks
kinda
like
like- yeah, maybe.
Kabutops.
He's kind of like the love child of
Kabuto?
Tortuga, and what's the T-Rex thing?
I was thinking more of like a bad experience between Dredigan and a Torterra.
I think he's gonna evolve into
And
water.
I can't stand Torterra.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
gonna evolve into water dragon maybe.
Yeah.
Now, does this
I think
evolve?
like that thing.
Oh yeah, I think it
Um,
evolves.
It might evolve, yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
There's no way it doesn't.
If it's a fossil, it
incomplete.
has to have at least one evolution.
I mean, this thing's pretty.
I thought it was
It's
gonna be a
designed very well, where you could
Pterodactyl.
see it as both.
Yeah.
Where it could evolve or stay the same because it's a pretty fleshed out design. Like even with like Gossifleur and Eldegoss, like they're good designs. Like even like if it's not my style, I'm like I would catch these guys. I think they're an
And I
interesting
feel
ad.
like Eldegoss is also going to have another evolution afterward. Like, it feels like it's not complete yet.
Eldegoss?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think it would turn into? Like a sunflower kind of thing?
I think
That
like
would
the
be really,
flower will
really
like
cool.
maybe bloom a second time, and like this time it's bigger, and I don't know, something
I
like that.
agree.
I feel like it has somewhere else to go with that.
Okay.
I can see that because like
I can
doesn't
see
the
that
first
too,
gym leader,
absolutely.
the grass guy use it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
So
if it
yeah,
stays the way it is,
really
like in its
long.
final form, it'll resemble Jump Pluff too much, and maybe there's just something else after that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I think that's what's so cool with what they're doing with the Pokemon. I mean, we've gotten a bird Pokemon, we've gotten like the tortoise Pokemon, we've gotten a sheep Pokemon, but they're doing a great job at still completely changing up the design where it looks like it's completely on its own and not related to any of those other
Yeah,
Pokemon.
We've never gotten like a Raven Pokemon before or anything.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think someone brought that up where I was trying to go back and I don't think we really have anything genuinely close to it other than like color wise, and that'd be Swallow, but they're completely different
No,
birds.
Up and
Oh, we're losing some voices.
Discord just spazzed on us. I think
yeah, I couldn't hear anything you said, Austin.
Oh, I don't even remember what I said. I think it was just more of just how they're able to keep the designs fresh while always still using like the same general concept. Like you have a sheep, but we have Wooloo that looks completely different than a Reap, and then you have another bird Pokemon, but you really can't compare it to any other bird Pokemon that we have. So I think they're just doing a great job now at this point where they're differentiating one species into many different ones while keeping all their designs on their own. And I think that's going to be the direction they're going to be going for. So I think the more the animal-based Pokemon, but just different styles of them is what we can expect going forward, and maybe a little bit less inanimate object Pokemon, but that's just my fingers crossed.
And I think we can all agree that, like, it's very underwhelming how the legendaries seem to be, like, the worst of them. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't like the two legendaries looking exactly the same. I prefer the kind of polar opposite thing. Maybe there's a reason they look exactly the same, but I don't know. I'm not too keen on their design so far.
They could have another
They're, like,
form or
related
something
or
like
something.
that.
They could. They probably will at some point, to be honest.
Yeah,
Looked like
that's
they're
why.
transforming in the trailer or something. When they took their shield and sword or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of just more of like, I'm not surprised with the designs that we got just from seeing the logo. So I'm like, if I were to pick, like, if that's going to be the legendary Pokemon, I'm like, okay, yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy. I mean, it looks solid. I'm not, like, going to complain just for the fact that, like, I'm not going to use it anyway. So it's just more like the box art. Yeah, I'll have a little bit of story in the game. But other than that, I mean, that's about it. So I don't really have too much preference in what the design of like the main
The
legendaries
one
are.
interesting thing about it is that they already said on their Twitter account that like nobody in the region even knows that these Pokemon exist.
Oh,
Like,
did it say that?
Which is that was something that came out a little bit earlier. Was that most of the time there's like a story or something about these legendary Pokemon, but like these are Pokemon that have never been seen before by even the natives apparently.
Hey, you know who knows about those
Somehow the champion
Pokemon?
has their logos on
Yeah,
his
that's what I was
shirt.
about to say. Leon knows about those Pokemon. He's evil, bro. He's evil. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
the one dude.
yeah. I think so. We'll get to that eventually. But do you guys have anything else to add on to the Pokemon? Or are you guys ready to move on to the next one?
Basic Pokemon. I want to say that like people, designs aside, they actually have really good abilities. So I think they're gonna like, they're gonna focus on the meta. Game Freak's gonna focus on the meta because like what Eldegoss has Regenerator, Corviknight has Pressure, Drednaw has Strong Jaw and Shell Armor.
Interesting. Something I was actually looking at the other day, and I'm glad that they're starting to shift away from that by the looks of things. You guys, I don't know how many people actually noticed it because I didn't until the other day. How like basically every Mon that was introduced in Gen 7 had their own special ability.
What? Did they?
Most of them were
Yeah.
renamed now.
All of
Most of
them?
them were renamed.
I
Yeah,
know.
the Gen 7 Pokemon had a lot of unique abilities. Just the thing is, a lot of them had
Gen 7
terrible
really,
stats
really-
that
Yeah.
couldn't take advantage.
Some
But
of
the
them were like
abilities were really
unique. Like I know like Simeon and Harambe,
Oranguru,
yeah, yeah. Like they had some unique ones, but there was like was Slush Rush. That was Sand Slashes, and it was just like ability to faster speed and hail or whatever
And
it
who
was.
can forget
Yeah.
about Corrosion? I mean, that was a really
Yeah.
cool one.
Yeah.
Exactly, but like, see, it's kind of so. I don't know. That's one last thing I'll ask. Do you guys like the fact that they're switching back to doing more just like generic like abilities we've seen before? Or would you prefer some Pokemon to still have like?
I
You
want
know.
some
I'd
brand
say,
new
like,
abilities coming out.
I
like
like
a
brand new
mix.
abilities,
Gen-
but not for like every single Pokemon.
Yeah,
like
no,
I
I
feel like
agree.
there are a lot that could be reused.
Yeah.
For sure.
So among
And I
the
think
abilities
the-
I just listed,
I think the
Eldegoss
abilities
has
that they-
Regenerator, and it also has a new one called Cotton Down. So if
Yeah,
that eases
and
anyone's
Cotton
worries.
Down is just like tangling hair. Apparently, like it makes
Oh.
contact and it lowers speed or something. So
it's a
Regenerate is
renamed
probably
one.
gonna be better for that one actually.
Yeah, I think I would rather just get more new typings, like new dual typings, rather than
Oh, yeah.
abilities. So if they can kind of do that, where we're getting like pretty much Pokemon that we haven't really encountered as far as the competitive field goes, I think that's going to be the direction they should and would want to go. For the fact that like everything seems to be very focused on battling, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is kind of like a new Gen 5 where all the Pokemon kind of have a place within VGC.
By Gen 10, I want all the unused type combinations to be a thing. At least one Pokemon for every dual typing.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get to that at some point. I mean, I feel like they only like trickle
forget
in one or
which
two
one
every
of you
generation at
guys
this
Did I
point.
do the unused typings? Hybrid.
Was
Was
me.
that you? That was you?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I figured. I get you and Zach
When are we gonna
confused
get a
sometimes.
fire and ice Pokemon? Like that literally writes itself.
Yeah, that has to be like
I
a
wanna look at
legendary, I
Flygon,
feel
that's what
like.
I want.
I feel like someone with like blue flames, like cold fire or something. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. There's so many cool type combinations still that there are left. Where there's could be like a lot of them are boring ones, like with whatever it's normal and mix it with whatever you want, so it'll always be weak to fighting.
Ghost is like heat. Normal and Ghost.
Do
is
we
heat,
know what
bro.
the legendary
We need
types
that.
are yet? Are they
No.
just hard or steel or what?
Oh, it hasn't been
haven't shown
revealed.
it. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, if I go to it really quick, I don't believe.
Okay, yeah, they haven't been revealed yet. All the other ones have been revealed, but not the legendaries.
Yeah, I can maybe steal. I mean, if we're gonna guess on anything,
If they're both
but
pure steel, that's gonna be but it's probably what they're gonna be.
yeah, I mean,
Nah,
you hear
man,
like the
because
clinging.
we said Solgalio's gonna be fire, and then
That's true. so
Yeah, and
threw
then
us
we
through a
got
loop.
totally thrown for a loop.
Yeah. I mean, looks maybe like you kind of guess maybe
Looks
for like the
amazing.
regular Pokemon with legendaries, they'll
see-
throw you off.
I could see like steel water for the sword one, and I could see like steel fire for the shield one, maybe.
Yeah. All
I
right.
can still see. I
I
can
feel
see
like that'd be
Steel
kind of
Fire for sure.
predictable, though. I mean, like, because that's just sort of like color based on their typing. But
Yeah,
you're right, to be honest.
Maybe like steel fighting.
maybe.
Possible, yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, steel fighting would work.
Yeah, the Steel. Oh, Lucario. Never mind.
Yeah. Cause yep. Yeah.
And
It's,
Cobalion.
Steel Dark work.
That's the only other thing is that if the sword one is steel fighting, then he's gonna be just like Cobalion.
Oh, that one
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, we've repeated legendary typings before though, so I mean, it wouldn't be
Yeah, it wouldn't
crazy
be
to
the
see
end
it
of the
again.
world or anything.
Yeah, but we can go on to the next topic now. So, so one thing everyone has an opinion on, or just doesn't really know what to make of it yet, is the Dynamax. What do you guys think on that?
I hate it.
Who said that?
Me.
Now,
think
do you
it's trash.
hate it because it's lazy as far as like it just makes the Pokemon bigger? Where let's say it was Dynamax and it gave it a brand new form, would you
If they give
change
it a
your mind?
form, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so it wouldn't necessarily be the mechanic, just more of how like
The
just
designs.
boring the design is
Yeah.
for
Exactly.
creating this aspect.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Boom.
yeah, I can agree on that. Where, because I mean,
I
like,
don't.
yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead.
hate it. I just mildly dislike it until I know how it works. Like it just seems weird. Like, hey, come back in the
I'm
Pokeball.
open-minded.
You're giant now. Like, okay.
Because all we know right now is that it lasts for 3 turns. It boosts all of your stats, and you're big. That's the only thing we
And
know,
your moves,
correct?
your moves get better as well.
Yeah, like so.
different.
Yes, so it's the stats and the moves, correct?
Yeah. It's kind of like Z moves and Mega Evolution like combined, but toned down a little. It seems.
Where where they're like limiting the ability since you only have it for 3 turns, and I guess you can
Yeah.
use it with any Pokemon since there's not a specific form for it.
That's why I'm kind of interested in it, because it's like people complain about megas. Oh, they're too strong. Well, now this is only for 3 turns. You know, it's kind of like, I guess, balancing it in a way, and everyone can do it. So it's not just the top 20 most popular Pokemon get it. Now everyone can kind of do it, you know, and it's very limited in a way. So
True.
that's why I'm kind of interested. It doesn't sound that bad, but you know, I kind of want to see more.
Yeah. Again, I need to know like the lore behind it. Like, it just seems weird right now how the Pokemon gets super big for seemingly no reason. Like, they had a lore for Totem Pokemon later on. Like, they got like Ultra Energy or something like that. So
Yeah,
hopefully they
exactly.
do something similar, and it's not just like, oh, the power of friendship made your Pokemon.
Yeah, I like how they
Yeah,
throw
some
like the
kind of like explanation behind it.
yeah, how they throw
It's
like
weird
the
'cause it's
beach
only a
ball at the
Formation.
Pokemon, where
Why
it looks
can I-
like they're doing that.
Hello.
Oh, I think we lost.
again?
Where the connection's
We lag
low
out,
again.
or-
I think we
Yeah,
temporarily
that's
died.
Yeah, but yeah, as far as the Dynamax goes, where as far like the way it translates to raids, is it just like just a turn-based game where you're just battling with other people to knock down a Pokemon? Where I don't know if it's anything more
I
than
don't think it
that.
wouldn't be turn based. It might be like just like Go mechanics where you're just. Well, I don't know honestly, actually, how that would work because.
Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
clue because they didn't actually show us like anything from the battle, just the cutscenes we saw. So like,
Yeah,
know.
yeah, because I'm reading it on the page and it's not giving really any specifics. It's just saying
But it
that
said
you can team up with friends to raid.
only one person can Dynamax out of the 4. So that was another point they made. I don't know
I
how
thought
Then-
that was
then-
a really, really cool strategy because it actually makes it that they have to strategize.
I guess like you could
Not
have like
gonna lie.
one person plays support, one person does like.
It's kind
Is
of
it
like
Overwatch?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost.
So what would happen if everyone wants to do the Dynamax? Like if I tap Dynamax, does it like how do I figure out if I go first or not? Like
Because
Maybe-
voting
maybe
system?
you love doing
speed-based.
Dynamax on the first turn.
I have no clue.
There can also be different kinds of like classes of like Dynamaxing. Not like entirely new ones, but I mean, you have like a cleric Dynamaxer, who can, who's able to increase the Pokemon's HP, or heal their health back more than usual for 3 turns. Like, it's kind of like an enchantment or something. And
Now-
then you have like the support one, that can, instead of doing like a +2 in Sword Stance, you could do like a +3 or something like that for a short time.
I kind of hope that the
like that.
Dynamaxing is tied to the new mechanic. I'm going to talk about the leaks here for just a little second. It's not
Yeah.
it's not too big of a thing, but they said in the leaks that like Pokemon Refresh would be replaced with Pokemon Camping.
Well,
Which
just to pause really quick. So the leaks of this is based off a leak that came out. I believe it was May 23rd, and they pretty much told all the information that we literally just got in the direct. So a lot of this has a lot of credibility in it, but it also has other information, which we'll then talk about, that seems like it could be definitely a possibility that will be coming to this game. So yeah, go ahead now.
So what I'm hoping with the Pokemon Camping thing, I hope that they cut out like all the broken stuff that you got from Pokemon Refresh, like double EXP and curing your Pokemon of its own poison and living one-hit KO attacks and all the other ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, that was
you can
dumb.
have.
I mean, it just takes away
and
the
I hope-
competitive of the game.
I hope that the benefit you get now is that like the more you play with your Pokemon and Pokemon Camping, like maybe the earlier in the battle you're able to use the Gigamaxing, whatever the heck it's called. I don't even remember. Dynamaxing, yeah, that.
Wait, can
So
we not
maybe
use it
that'll be a
right away?
thing. I don't know. I have no clue how early you can use it.
I mean, I know we just can only
regardless,
use it
you're
for
allowed to
3
use it
turns.
for 3 turns.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah, that's all we know is like you can use it for 3 turns, but it doesn't say like how you use it at the start of the battle or whatever. So I'm hoping that like it's maybe affection based from your Pokemon, like that would be kind of cool, and also like the energy of the crowd level, because we see it like happen in the stadium and in the raids and whatnot. So if those are the factors that determine like who goes first, I'd be all down for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's I don't know if you guys seen it, but when Grookey Dynamaxed, a lot of his moves changed, and then his grass move turned into like Max Overgrow or something. His
Yeah.
status moves all turned into Max Guard, and I forgot the other one, but they all turn into like the same moves.
like
So it's
Z
not like you're saying, Zach. It's like Z moves. It's not like Leaf Storm turns into Max Leaf Storm. It turns into the same like Max Overgrow, probably just different stats. So it's more like with it. But I do know that Shady said that this is confirmed for the metagame as well. So it's not just story exclusive or anything. This is going to it's going online.
Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing just from first impressions?
I'm gonna say bad because we already have
Yeah,
too many
I'm bad.
mechanics for to use online.
Yeah, but they could also
Unless
do...
they get rid of Mega and Z's.
Yeah, because like in Alola, I think like the first 2 years that when the games came out, you weren't allowed to do Mega Evolutions, and then I think in year 3, that's when it was welcomed as part of the VGC, so we could see something like only Dynamax are allowed in the first
Now, if
1
they
or 2
completely
years.
cut out Z moves and Mega Stones from the game and just had this, I feel like
They'd be
it could
disappointed.
work. But
That would be
at
the
the
biggest-
same time, like,
My guess is it'll just be a post-game thing where they're not going to include it while you're playing the game, but if you want to get your Mega Stones or whatever afterwards, they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
I could definitely see that happening
That
too.
train is going straight to Kalos, boys.
Oh, you think so? I don't know. I mean,
I mean, the champion
it-
does have a Charizard.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't it go to?
I mean, I would absolutely love it, but I don't know if they are gonna put that much effort into using something that we already got, even though that would be amazing. It's just, it seems like they're really invested to developing this region.
You're gonna go to Kalos, it's gonna revert back to Gen 6 graphics, and it's gonna.
Oh God,
It's like here you go. Here you
3DS
guys
comes
go.
back
We'll just-
again.
Yeah.
turn into a
It's like,
toddler.
link up your 3DS. To go back to Kalos.
Yeah, that'll be what they say. Oh, you want to go back to Kalos? Oh, play X and Y. There you go. Now you can go play back in Kalos.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but so I think as far as how we connect the Dynamax to the raid battles, is that something you guys think you would actually use in the game? Because it seems like that's the way to be able to catch rare Pokemon on your routes, but as far as what I saw, I didn't see any Galar Pokemon, but then again, we've only been revealed to like 8 or whatever it is, so maybe that is something down the line. I just don't know if I want to like just catch a completely overpowered Pokemon or whatever, like Route 3 or something like that, and it just becomes too easy. So I don't know if I would necessarily use the feature.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like playing through the game. I think it
I
maybe
don't think
it's
it's
just
going to be a necessity either, because you have to think about how the game will age, and like definitely like if you go to replay the game years later, there's not going to be like nearly as many people online to raid with. So
yeah.
I think they have that in mind. It's not going to be like a necessity. So I don't know. It might just be a fun side thing.
Okay. All right, and then yeah, go ahead.
But like, I'm sorry. I feel like it's doable, but like, let's say maybe if you over level and you're in a higher level than like the raid boss or whatever, then you have a better chance. But I feel like early game, it's better to team up and stuff like that. So like, I feel like there might be a way to kind of work around that. I don't know.
Yeah,
There has to be, because there's no way they're gonna keep it in mind that like over time people aren't gonna be online for this game anymore. So.
I think what would be smart is like, because like I know the problem with Pokemon Go in my area is like when raids are happening, there's nobody that's actually doing them unless you're in like a raid group on like Facebook or some shit. So it's like,
and if you are powerful enough in Pokemon Go, you can solo a raid.
Yeah, but it's still like, it's not, you have to be a pretty skilled player, I'd say. But I think what would be fair is like if they scaled it where it's like, okay, well if there's, I don't know, if the recommended size is 3 people to take down a boss, they could be like, okay, well then you can just send out 3 Pokemon if you're the only one in the raid or something like that.
Well, one thing they did say in the direct is that if you don't have the correct number of people online to be able to join that one raid group, they will throw in NPC trainers to be able to battle with you. Yes.
Okay.
That's fine.
So then it probably will be an integral part of like how you actually access new like wild encounters and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'd like them to do a raid for like the 3rd legendary, like at the end of the game or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd
be kind of cool.
Strong Pokemon that you fight.
Hey, speaking of legendaries, you guys all take in that these are the Z legendaries. Zygarde's coming back, boys.
Oh my god.
I keep forgetting that your name is Lumio's trainer, Zach.
No, I was talking, man. Zac's still over there quiet.
They better use
my gosh.
sword and slay Zygarde forever. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. If anything, maybe they leave it to be a surprise. I would hate for them to even reveal that sort of thing where it'd be like, oh yeah, I beat the game. By the way, here's a ticket to go to the Kalos region. Now everyone will just be like, what? And I think that'd be kind of cool to have that surprise once we finish the game.
If they actually like planned on doing that, really be, and like just imagine, right? Like we're all like streaming at day one, having a good time. What the like that'd be so insane.
Yeah, you're popping in and out of the chat.
Nah.
Discord.
He's fine. You're popping in and popping out.
Oh, damn it.
Are we all back now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it still says the connection's low, but all right, now it's green, so we're good again.
I was just saying, like, you know, like we're all streaming at day one, having a good time, play through the game, and then once we all reach the end, we're just like, yo, like you get to go to Kalos again, and then maybe it's like some looker mission or something that's not too intense, or just like the Sevi Island quest, but you know, it's something to, you know, just appease to the fans who love Kalos. Like, I don't know, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, we're gonna get there, and it's gonna be like all of Kalos is under construction except for Terminus Cave. Have fun.
Yo, oh my god, dude.
Oh look, Zygarde is here. How convenient.
Don't say that, bro, please.
Oh no.
Oh,
Hey, wait, quick question, unrelated. What was the point of having Zygarde in Sun and Moon? Does anyone remember? Why was he there?
because it was in the recent movie.
They literally just needed to put like the forms to use, I think.
It's like
honestly.
here,
I
they
think
want
they're
Zygarde.
literally
Here,
forms. That's it.
throw these little cells in here. There you go. Boom.
Well, I
It
thought
felt like there was gonna be a Pokemon Z and they were gonna use it for that, and also because of the anime. But then like Sun and Moon was coming up, so they're like, you know what? Let's just shove it into Sun and Moon.
I'm so pissed. Yo, okay, elite. Okay, Kalos. We don't have to go to Kalos, but Zygarde needs to have something important. He actually, like, seriously, bro.
No, he really
nothing.
does, man, because like the potential to be like the core of the entire Earth itself, if you're going on like the whole mythology shit too, like he's holding the whole infrastructure of the environment together. Like that could have been so well utilized in Sun and Moon if they had have actually tied him into like the story where like the Ultra Beasts invade, they destroy Alola, then he restores it all or some shit, right? But like they dropped the ball entirely. Like I don't know.
It's like the
sucks.
Captain America meme. You gonna tell us more about Zygarde? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I will. All right, we'll get back onto topics. So the next one is the continuation of No HM. So we already noticed that with whatever that Pokemon Corviknight, I think Corviknight, where that's going to be the fly Pokemon, where you're going to be able to use that to go out to the past towns that you've been in. But then it looks like Rotom is going to be coming back. But we don't have dual screens, so we will not see him continuously bugging us, hopefully.
God.
But it looks like it's going to be the new one to like bring out a bike to make you to go faster. To basically be the use of all the future HMs that would normally be in the games. So I guess,
surfing, man.
are you ready for Rotom to come back or what?
As long as he's not bugging me, I mean, he's
Boy
fine.
needs to be paid, man. He needs to get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The only thing that I just want to jump in and ask an opinion on is I personally hate it so far, but hopefully it changes a bit. How do you guys feel about the UI of the game? Like with the battles.
Oh,
that
it's
you're
not that
winning?
good.
I
It's
like
not
it.
that
I
good.
like it. I think it's not terrible.
The what? Do you mean like the battling in general, or
Yeah, like the display on screen with the battle, like in the battle sequence when you have like battle run bag etc. Like how do you feel it's laid out?
I think it's all right.
It's a little minimalist, but like I'm
Yeah.
down for that.
But I mean, I think like and I really don't think with a Pokemon battle scene, I really don't think you need to really go like all that detailed.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
I like a simple look to it, honestly. Not too complicated.
It just
It's
felt
sticks
like
to traditional mechanics.
it felt like it looked like it was a bit like underdone, like it just wasn't complete. So maybe that's just because it's demo footage. But
Maybe.
either
Yeah,
way,
they might refine it a little down the road, but like I
Yeah.
feel like for the most part, it looks okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
anyway, yeah, back to Rotom.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just with the battling mechanics, I think it's just at the point where like even with the layout, I feel like they are going for a more minimal realistic route even with the battles, where they haven't changed the battles in forever. It's always been one Pokemon on one side, one Pokemon on the other side. Yes, they're going to have all the 3D renderings of the Pokemon. It takes a while, but I was hoping we'd at least get new poses or something like that. I think we may have brought it up in the last podcast, but it just everything seems exactly what it was in Gen 6, and I was just hoping we get like just at least a little bit of a different look from the Pokemon. But I don't know. I think this is going to be what we expect going forward, just due to the limitation for how many Pokemon there are and how many developers they can, or just 3D designers to be able to do different poses for those Pokemon.
And again, I feel like that since they're reusing all their 3D assets, and also like the new thing is just big Pokemon and not any new designs. Like I'm hoping that means that they're preparing to have like at least 100 Pokemon this generation, like something new.
But yeah, and then I feel like there's really no excuse either, because I guess they've been working on it for, I think, 3 to 4 years. I know James Turner said he's been working on it for a very long time. I mean, everyone has their own definition of it, but I feel like they've been working on this Switch game maybe since Gen 6.
He didn't do that many Gen 7 designs, I don't think, so he may have just been doing this the whole time.
And like 3 others, I think.
I
That's
mean, he
about
did
it.
an excellent job on the designs. I have no objections with any of the Pokemon.
Or he did the Ultra Beast. He did the Ultra Beast, like
Yeah.
a few of them.
Ultra Beast.
People
are
in
really
the
cool.
Gonadel. Yeah,
Cool.
that was his.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there'll be any expansion on Ultra Beast?
I
don't
hope
think
so.
I hope
I
that'd be
hope
cool.
so. I doubt
Ultra
it.
Beasts are so
really-
chill.
Okay,
They're
because a lot of
awesome.
people are conflicted on that. Anytime I've asked people about that, they all hate Ultra Beast. But I think like
Why?
I'm not a
I hate
fan.
them, but I don't see them
Ultra
coming
Beasts are
back.
fucking awesome. I loved it.
I can say why I don't like them. I just feel like they almost weren't necessary in the game, where they're. I don't really call them Pokemon. I think that was my biggest issue, where they just seem like they're aliens. They're not really a part of this world, and the fact that they were thrown into all the different competitive battling scenes, and it just kind of took like they were just overpowered, and you just saw them everywhere, where it kind of made the regular Pokemon seem less important and less significant. So I think it was just done to an extent where there were just so many Ultra Beasts, where maybe if it was like 2 or 3 of them and those were the core, that you'd kind of have the story filled around. But they had like I don't know, 15, 16 of them. They had a ton. So
18 Ultra Beasts altogether.
yeah, I mean, it was just so many where I thought it was overwhelming. I'd rather have 18 new regular Pokemon than 18 new Ultra Beasts or Ultra Beasts.
Got me was you include this entire category of alien Pokemon into the games, but there's no real story centered around them. Like I get that Lucimi was captured by whatever, but then for the post game, if you're gonna make him for the post game, at least like give them a reason why they
Give
came
them a
here.
little
Like,
bit more of like a backstory. Yeah.
Yeah, and they still don't even have like,
Yeah.
their own classification. Like we don't know if they're regular Pokemon, if they're legendaries, if they're their own thing. Like we don't really know.
I think it'll tie into something pretty interesting. If they decide to go this route, I would love it, but I really doubt it in a way. But
sorry, I doubt it
Right.
too because I think I forgot where I read this, but I think somewhere I read, they're tied into Z crystals and whatnot. That's the whole reason
Oh,
why.
yeah, loud.
That sounded like a video edit. It was super
yeah.
Screw you.
We got base boosted
great.
for a second.
You're fine. That's funny.
Yeah, I was saying like Z crystals are run off like Ultra Beast energy, right, or Ultra Wormhole energy. And if Z crystals are native to Alola, I'm assuming it's Alola. Or there's something about Ultra Beast being native to Alola, I remember. So I doubt it, but I really wish they could expand on it.
Well, okay, so just think about this, right? Like this is a really out there theory, so get your tinfoil hats ready. But just imagine this, right? Like if that the sword legendary, the wolf, if that's supposed to represent like Fenrir or whatever that wolf that guards Asgard. Just imagine that in Norse mythology, you have the Ultra Beast attacking Asgard and then basically destroying it. So in this case, it would be Asgard's represented as the
Wow.
Galar region kind of thing.
Oh,
That could be some kind of plot turn.
you might need to DM James Turner that so he can relay it to Game Freak.
If we go off what you're saying, I think something like this.
Masuda, hey, hold up.
Like, yo,
All
this
the
guy
generations.
on Twitter had a great idea for the games. Can we get this out in about 5 months from now?
No,
Yeah,
I actually do think I agree with Jason in the sense that I do think they're like planning something big, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I feel like they're leading up to it for like Generation 10 or something, where all the legends come. I don't know, where like the story comes together.
It all comes together.
Well, I feel like all the stories are kind of separate where I don't feel like there is a connecting universe where they all are pretty set on their own other than Kanto and Johto. Where we really haven't gotten anything where it connects other than maybe Kalos to Kanto just because the whole Mewtwo thing just with the movie there and Mega Evolutions. But I don't know, I feel like they're all kind of on their own where you're in your own little universe, even though it is kind of connected where we'd get red and blue coming to Alola, but they kind of just come for 5 minutes for a quick battle and then you see them in the battle tree and that's about it.
Yeah, continuity has never been like a strong suit of a lot of Pokemon games. I feel like Sun and Moon probably had the best, but like it still wasn't like woven into the story or anything.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's something that we could probably talk a while just trying to figure out how it all connects together. That sounds like a theory video.
Speaking of continuity, though, I mean, I feel like it's a nice opportunity for Ash's Rotom to continue traveling in the anime,
Oh my god, yes.
which is like, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of that character, but like, I like continuity from series to series. I don't like how ever since Black and White, it feels like every series has just kind of been its own thing. Like they don't feel connected anymore. There's very little continuity, so I like continuity between series, and I hope that we actually do get to see something like that happen.
Yeah, and
That's
maybe
the only
Ash
other like
could
type
bring him
Pokemon
over because
Also, Ash catch him with a cell phone just sounds hilarious.
yeah, because I'm trying to think, does Ash even have 6 Pokemon yet?
No.
So he could
no.
definitely
Well,
bring some
5
over
in his
to
party.
Galar.
If he brought
6.
back Poipole, he would have 6, but
You count
that's-
Rotom, he has 6.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Rotom
Rotom doesn't
can
even
battle.
really count as a team though.
Yeah, not really.
Rotom
It's
doesn't
like a
count.
companion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He has 5 currently, and he did have Poipole before, so that's
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Sort of
but
had Nebby, but not really.
yeah, because I think they did a great job with Kanto to Johto, where he was able to kind of trickle away his Pokemon when he made it to Johto, where he had his full team, but slowly would have whatever event, have him go somewhere else, then he catches a new one to replace it.
I feel like he may bring Meltan to the next region, and that might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could definitely be a possibility. Yeah, because I mean, if they're going to tie it into Gen 8, where, yeah, I think that would actually work out pretty well. So,
Because
okay.
maybe Meltan, because Meltan just kind of shows up in the Sun and Moon anime. Like they don't really give like an explanation. Like he comes over on a ship to Alola, and so maybe he's like, "Oh, you're going to my homeland. I want to come along too." And like his other Pokemon just stay at the lab.
Yeah. Yep, totally. Yep.
So So regarding Meltan, and wait, so let me just ask this: do you guys think Arm Evolution has been completely debunked at this point?
I think so.
Yeah, I would
I'm
just,
I'm on the fence.
If they were
I don't
going to
want
do it,
to
they would
just-
have done it in this trailer, I think.
What do you
Okay.
mean?
The Armored Evolution?
Oh yeah, you know what? I did actually did. I spaced out a bit. Sorry about. Yeah, I did like 2 videos like in regards to Armored Evolution. Interesting stuff.
And I mean,
You think it's still in, or you think it's like completely debunked?
I think it's completely debunked.
Because like Dynamax is like the thing for this gen. It seems like that's like the main focus they
Exactly,
have. So
yeah.
Kind of weird to
Yeah.
introduce a second thing.
And
on
there
top
was
of
also a Koro leak saying that Mewtwo's armor was just exclusive to the movie, but it doesn't necessarily debunk that. But with the Dynamaxing, I think it kind of does.
see now if they did an event with armored Mewtwo to be able to be caught in Galar, that might be the first just take it out of the Pokeball from the Pokemon Center, and I would probably use that 100% of the time.
I'm personally not 100% convinced that's completely debunked yet. Like, I get what you guys are saying. Like, for the most part, I am because of Dynamaxing, but there's 2 things I want to say. One, Melton was randomly introduced into Let's Go and Sun and Moon and whatnot, and he's obviously going to be a part of the Galar Pokedex. So there's that. Another thing is, Flygon and Charizard have got a lot of importance throughout the trailer. Flygon has been in both trailers, and it's been constantly shown over and over again. And Charizard, all time, is obviously very important because of the champion's Pokemon. And what's the point of having the champion use Charizard aside from popularity? Because they had to use the Gardevoir because she had Mega Gardevoir, right? So Kukui had Primarina because Primarina was a Sun and Moon Pokemon, one of the starters because it was a Sun and Moon Pokemon. All the champions have Pokemon named to their region. This guy's a Charizard, so unless Charizard's getting like a new form, or Armored Charizard's coming true, I don't know, man.
I think that might be hiding something. Like, he might have something bigger than that in his back pocket. Like, you know how Kukui, like, his lead Pokemon was Lycanroc, and he showed off Lycanroc, like, all the time, but that wasn't his ace?
Yes.
Braviary was his ace.
I could see that too.
Yeah. Braviary was in the anime, and, like, his starter was in the game, but that depended on, like, what your starter was. So,
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be like that, where, like, he has an ace Pokemon tucked away in the back, but Charizard's just the one that you see him with all the time.
Yeah, and that could just be for just familiarity. People see Charizard, they gravitate towards it, so I could definitely see that, especially in the trailers.
I want to comment on Leon, because if he has an undefeated record, like the trailer says, then I hope that they make him, like, the hardest champion of all time.
Undefeated?
Yeah, it says he's undefeated.
He officially, like, any kind of, like, actual official match, he has never lost.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that, like, they give us a battle that makes us beg for, like, Cynthia's Garchomp or something. Like, honestly, like, I want beating this game to be, like, an accomplishment.
Leon and Sophie, what was her name? Sonia. They're both about to top Cynthia in 2 different categories. Watch.
I pick up what you're putting down.
Look, speaking of Leon, like dude, he's evil. He's evil. I'm calling.
He's
it.
like 2 steps away from a villain design. Like, he's almost there.
There's no
'Cause, like,
way
they
you're
hyped
revealing the
him up way
champion.
too
Sorry,
much.
Zach, you go first.
I'm right. Sorry. They like hyped him up way too much because like usually they hide the champion until the very end. If they do show it, they don't say he's a champion, so that they can be like, "Oh, this guy's a champion." But this one,
The
straight
only
up,
other
he's a champion.
time-
He's super popular. He has a great personality, and everybody loves him. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Why are you?
The
shoving
only
it so
other time
hard?
they revealed the champion beforehand was Alder, and obviously he got dethroned during the main games.
That's my thing. It's either,
Yeah.
this guy's being bodied by somebody else before us, or he's evil. There's one. It's one or the
hop
other.
Yeah.
him before you get to battle him, and then
I
it's
hope
like,
what
surprise.
happens
this,
is that
though.
you battle him not as the champion, but as, like, the evil boss.
Think about this, bro. If this guy really is evil and Hop looks up to him and wants to become champion, Hop's gonna be like, "Brother, I looked up to you. How could you do this?"
It's gonna be like a Star Wars scene where he finds out that Darth Vader is his father.
Or what if they, like, use that to turn Hop into a bad guy as well? That would be a pretty cool twist.
That would be a another
something.
dimension and a rival we have never seen, so I'd be okay with that.
There's like
Yeah,
so
I
much
like Hop.
potential with Hop because of his like champion brother and maybe villainous side, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking forward to what they do with that. He seems like a friendly rival, but not like too much of a pushover like Trace, you know. Like he seems like he's friendly, but you know he
or
has
Hal.
actual motivation.
Screw How, dude. He's the shittiest rival.
Hey, why does everyone hate How? Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon How is
Yo,
pretty great.
Gladion is 10,000 times better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Gladion,
Gladion.
How is
Gladion is
not
great.
kind of-
How
He's cool.
sucks.
I'm just saying, I like How.
I wouldn't say Hal's worse than any of the Gen 6 rivals, though. They were pretty
Okay.
They,
yeah,
they were
no,
those
yeah,
were
you
the
went around
worst.
that one,
They were
okay.
all
You
bottom
went-
tier.
No, dude, screw all of them now. Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
One thing I would like
Yeah,
to
how's
point out
better
is
than them?
the
Also,
official
Brett and
Twitter-
May, they disappear halfway through the game and you get Wally instead.
And Oras is better.
Yeah.
Official Twitter Pokemon Twitter account says that Hop is one of our rivals. So there is company for more than one.
Oh yeah, and you know what? The leak it says that there are others too.
There's two more.
Really?
There's two more.
I didn't read that. Let me see. They don't have the link.
Which is probably the reason why he gets the weaker one. Like, there's probably gonna be another rival that gets the stronger.
Oh, you know
starter.
what? I wonder if all three rivals. Well, you get a starter too, right? I wonder if the other two rivals are gonna have the starter Pokemon as well. Who knows? Interesting to talk about.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with what's his name, the champion, where if he's gonna turn bad. I mean, do we know how? Like, even if, like, I don't know if we have enough information to see how he is. I mean, we can kind of, like, get that vibe how we were able to figure that out with, like, the Aether Company or the Aether Foundation within the first trail. Like, we know these are going to be the bad guys. This is, like, way too obvious. Where this is kind of, like, hinting towards it, where you got something to kind of just nibble on, try to figure out what it takes to be able to turn him bad, or why he is bad right now, and what his general purpose is within that region. But I think that's something that we will maybe, hopefully, never figure out until we play the game, because that's the goal.
You're kind of cutting on a little bit.
Yes, I said.
Oh yeah, no, I think the whole Discord call is just dying for a second. No, I was gonna say maybe he just like goes on a rampant rage on the region after he finally loses to somebody. I don't know.
Or like maybe he's just evil all along, and then he's like playing this big poster boy child that, you know, but really he has like he's in charge of the evil team or something.
Probably.
The only thing I'll say is regarding his design. If you look at his hat, it kind of makes like a crown, so it's like he's king. But like I don't know if that has to. I don't know, man.
I wonder if that actually ties
Neo
back
Team
into
Plasma
Kalos lore.
Team Plasma. No, I feel like it has something to do with the actual team and stuff. Like, hey, didn't the leak talk about a team? Can we talk about that? Like, I don't know what they said. Team Yell, was that the thing?
Hi, Billy Mays here for Team Yell. Come on, you
I mean,
that's hilarious.
judging by his appearance, he could just be this guy who's like so self-absorbed with him being like the best trainer. And he's a big celebrity and whatnot. Like, maybe he's just like, oh yeah, I'm the best. Nobody can ever beat me. I'm like the god of this region or whatever. And he could just hate losing.
Could be like a better version of Lysander, where it just seemed like you just got pissed off and just wanted to beat everything. Where you could just get like an
maybe he
actual
has
result.
a fan club and he turns his fan club into like go and maintain my dominance, my children, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, then he'll take his little brother away, or is it his brother or his kid?
His brother.
Okay, where he could take him and train him to be the new champion to make sure that he keeps the family line going or whatever, something like
And
that.
I just noticed he has the Sword and Shield shirt as well.
Yeah, that's
Say
what we're
that
talking
3
about.
times fast.
If he knows what the legendaries are, if he knows what the legendaries are, and no one else in the region knows about them, bro, there's got to be something.
That might be his thing. Like, maybe he's like, I'm going after the legendaries because if I have those, then I'll never lose, or something like that. I don't know.
There's also in the leak. Can we talk about the leak, Austin, or just like can we talk about in depth, or
Yeah, I think because like just from the leak, it doesn't really seem to give anything away from storylines. So yeah, if you don't want to jump in and start talking about it, go ahead.
well, there's the talk about that evil legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was kind of insinuated too from the trailer, where like the wind was starting to blow, where that seemed to be like something that was the force against like the two legendaries.
I feel like it might be kind of a Lusamine thing, where like he tries to do like this noble thing, but it's secretly evil. Where he's like, I'm going to take the Sword and Shield legendaries, and I'm going to use them to slay the evil dragon. Like it's not really evil or something like that. He's like, I know I'll be like the hero of everybody or something like that.
Yeah, I could see something like that.
I just think he's gonna use the evil legendary somehow, but main points running are like the ones that Zach and JPR said, how they revealed this guy was a champion way ahead of time. There's no reason to do that.
So there's got to be something else there that happens with him.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. We haven't, other than I guess Kakui, because he was the professor, so obviously he's going to be debuted first. But we haven't had champions till like right at the very end, or if anything, not at all, because normally they're not super significant to the story. I think Diantha might have been introduced a little bit earlier on, because she was kind of popping up throughout.
She pops up 2 times in the game, and that's it.
Is that it?
Like literally just like 2 cutscenes at the beginning of the game. And
Okay, that's what I was thinking of then. Okay.
Thea and Lance pop up too, but you never know they're the champion until you
Yeah.
get there.
You never know except for Alder. He's the only one that's like, "Haha, I'm the champion."
He gets bodied, like he said.
Yeah.
Dude, wow, what a pushover.
Oh, also, did you guys take in how this guy looks incredibly similar to Iris? Kind of crazy.
Which
Who?
guy?
Yeah.
Leon?
Leon, he has the same skin tone and kind of like the same hair color as Iris.
Oh yeah, a little bit. So maybe
They
Dragon.
never did specify where the Village of Dragons actually is. So
That's true.
it's out there.
My friend Derek actually did a theory on that. I wonder where it would be.
Yeah,
Is that
Be Iris's
collab?
cousin.
I think I.
It did show up in the anime, like it was in the Unova region in the anime, but in the games they just mention it, but it's never actually seen.
Yeah, I called Leon, where he's the Galarian form of Lance, because there's a lot of similarities between the two.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like he looks
And he
like
does have
Lance. Lance and Iris kind of like put together.
Yeah, yep, almost like literally like they had babies and this is what they created.
If he used like Steel and Dragon types, like I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I can.
Even
yeah,
though those two are kind of overdone already, like if they combine the
Iris.
two, though, yeah.
yeah, probably more physical type Pokemon, just because like the whole Sword and Shield thing, where it's going to be more contact. I could kind of see something more towards that end rather than. Well, I guess it also has he has Charizard, so he's got the Fire Breathing Dragon. So we'll see if
Yeah.
that.
I'd
turns
like
into
him to
anything.
use like the legendary that you don't catch, like kind of like Zekrom and
Yeah,
Reshiram
that'd
at
be
the end of
cool.
Black and White.
Yeah, and then turn that
'Cause that
into the Dynamax Pokemon.
Yeah, because that was like the only time that they actually used both legendaries in one game.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think one thing actually going back to the Dynamax feature, that might be something that speeds up the game a lot more too. Because I mean, if you're gonna go all out with that one Pokemon, it might knock out a lot more faster. So maybe the pace of play was kind of slow from maybe what they've seen before. So it's like, well, let's just make something super strong so we can get these matches going by a little bit faster. That could be a thing.
Yeah.
So
One thing I'd like to just quickly mention. You guys remember? How do you guys feel about Charizard, man? You guys remember our last conversation?
I mean,
Just way too much time in the spotlight.
I will always vouch for Charizard. I know it's completely done over and over again, so I 100% understand how people hate him, but I always liked him, so if they gonna
He's
give him
always
another
gonna be
form,
there.
yeah.
He's always
Yeah,
gonna
dude,
be
Charizard's badass. Who doesn't like Charizard?
Okay, cool. Because
I could see him. I could see him using like a Mega Evolved and also Dynamaxed version of Charizard. Like that would
Oh
be
yeah.
his thing.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
it'll be
super busted.
Charizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he would actually be so broken. Like, yeah.
it'll be the Necrozma of Ultra or of the Galar region of Sword
That's
and
the
Shield.
reason why he's undefeated. He's like the only person with a Mega that's also Dynamaxed.
Hey, I just want
to
to.
Kalos get Mega Stone.
That's what you did. I just wanted to mention it because I remember I literally listened to our last podcast, just this Charizard bit last night, and we were going off about how we just like we all love Charizard, but we're also pissed off of how he always gets something in every single generation. So
Yeah,
But
he
it's true,
doesn't
though.
need it,
He
but
doesn't
maybe
need it.
Pokemon thinks they need it.
Well, they do though, because it's marketable, right? Like, because if someone sees Charizard, it's immediate like, oh, I want that, you know? I don't know. People are crazy for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was even in the Pokemon Masters, the new app that I'm pretty sure the I think it was Lance that he had the Mega Charizard X that was kind of representing. I mean, it's a different form, but I mean, always have Charizard on the cover.
thing that's interesting is Gym Masters weren't. We didn't get Gym Masters. We got Gym Leaders, but then we also got Pokemon Masters revealed. Do you guys remember how like there was a rumor going around saying how Pokemon Sword and Shield's gonna have Gym Masters? We didn't get that. We got Gym Leaders. We
Yeah,
got
They-
Pokemon Masters as the app. So
Someone got their sources wrong, or they changed
I
it.
think the tweet, because we were all getting it from the tweet, but then they deleted it. So maybe they just accidentally typed in masters instead of trainers, and that's just ended up being the case. Nothing like, oh shoot, they accidentally tweeted something that was scheduled earlier than planned. So that could definitely be the case there.
That could have been, yeah.
So, but going back to the topics that we have here, so the next one we have is the toggle camera. Now, this is the feature that we have been asking for since we've gotten the 3D Pokemon World, and this is, I think, the point where they are finally listening to what our criticisms are for the game and what we would like to see to keep improving the game going forward. And now we finally have that feature where it's not just the straight down looking at the trainer, where now you're going to be able to see a whole lot more of the region. I think that's a good way to represent that with this game, because they have so much open land, so you are going to be able to go and scan around and see a lot more than what we ever have before in a Pokemon game. Am I disconnected again?
I thought.
Oh,
No, are we cutting it?
I'm cutting in and out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good on my end, but
I'm good too.
it's probably because of I think JP said that there was gonna be a storm in his area. So.
Oh, I'm good too. Nothing cut out for me.
Oh, okay,
so,
cool. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. See, now it's good again, and I don't know.
It's
I
just
got
Discord at this point.
Yeah, it is just being stupid.
Were you able to hear what I said, or did I just cut out on my end? I'm not
Can
too
you
sure.
repeat it one more time?
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
toggle camera, where we were finally able to get what Pokemon was, or what we've been asking for Pokemon, so it shows that they're listening to what our criticisms are, or not even criticisms are, but what we would like to see as an improvement throughout the franchise. And I think this is something that they definitely listen to, and this is the perfect game to be able to display that for the fact that so much of the region is very open and has a lot of land that you're able to see around. So being able to toggle the camera to be able to view new Pokemon, I think, is a great way to be able to introduce this feature.
I do agree. I love the way it looks.
Mm-hmm. And I like how they have kind of a hybrid for the wild Pokemon. Like some of them appear in the overworld, like in Let's Go, and some of them appear to still be like hidden random encounters, like traditionally.
Mm-hmm.
So at least you know that they're listening to what everybody's saying, and they're trying to appeal to both sides of the fan base.
Yeah, like you are 100% more immersed into what you see within the Pokemon anime, where you feel like you're getting closer to that now within the
That
games.
They
Natural
did
feel.
the
Yep.
perfect job. Like they did everything right with the toggle feature in the wild Pokemon. Say, hey, this can be to satisfy these guys that want to see overworld Pokemon spreads. And cool, we still have the traditional way of being in the grass. They did exactly what I wanted them to do, and I'm like, I have no problem with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that's probably going to be the feature that we're definitely going to be using most, which I guess that means we're not going to be using the Pokeball controller that we got in Let's Go
Good.
Pikachu and Eevee. We'll
Let's
probably
also
be
keep
using the
motion
full...
controls out.
Yeah, so we'll probably be
Honey
using...
hunting's gonna be something else, man.
I just hope the wild area is like, you know, a lot of the region. Like it's not just like one area or route or something like that. Like I hope it's something that connects multiple cities.
It looked like
I think
connected.
they
It looked like it was pretty
confirmed
big.
Now, do we think because we have the toggle view that maybe we do actually have an open world game? I mean, they haven't denied it, and they haven't
I don't
shown
know
that
the
you
open world.
only have to go this one direction.
I don't think it'll be fully open world, but like
Yeah.
maybe like at least half the game is or something like that.
Like the wild area, they said at least there, and I think on the website it says there you can move the camera. But you
And
look
y-
at the first trailer, there are some places and cities where the
And you
camera's-
kind of see, like, looking on the map, the whole middle area looks very open. Like, you can go to any of those locations first, I'd imagine. So I feel like maybe the first part of the game is open, and then, like, as it gets towards the end, there's more plot stuff. Like, they start narrowing it down your options.
But if you notice, like some of the Pokemon that show up, like Tyranitar and Gyarados, those are like very late game Pokemon. And there's like a cutscene where you and the rival take a train, so maybe you like skip over the wild area in the beginning, and then after like the first or second gym, then you're open to this big place with lots of high level Pokemon. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or also,
Yeah,
I could see it be like the Pokemarts, where, like, you get better items for each gym badge you have.
Oh,
maybe, like,
yeah,
better
yeah.
Pokemon spawn, depending on
There
how many
you
gym
go.
badges you have.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah, I
Oh,
like that
it's like
concept.
scalable, like wild encounters, basically.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's
That'd be
actually
pretty
really,
sick,
really cool.
dude.
yeah.
Now that would add more of an open like world aspect to the game if they did something like that.
Yeah, because you could go like anywhere, like early game, and so you have like a level 5 Snover in the ice place, and you come back at the end of the game, it's like a little 50 Glaceon or something instead.
Oh,
Like,
yo,
That'd be
yeah.
amazing.
Because they did show off Snover and Butterfree, so those were early game Pokemon probably.
Hey, yo, Mega Butterfree confirmed.
Yeah, and it looks like they're putting all 800 some Pokemon in the game, where you're going to be able to get, one thing I always never realized is, just imagine if you're like 7 years old and you've never played Pokemon before, and you were told, like, yeah, there's about 800 different ones that you can catch, and you get to do one playthrough with this. Like, how do you even make a decision who you want to use for that?
You just use them all.
I don't even know.
Like, you could play the game 10 times and still find Pokemon that you've never used before and still play with them. Like, for us, we really only are getting, like, 100 new Pokemon for us. But for someone that's, like, 7, 8 years old, they're just completely overwhelmed.
With the HM removal, like, it seems that it'll totally be open world. Like, as soon as you have your Rotom, like, you can go almost anywhere, it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think they're doing a good job at, I mean, it very well could be an open world game for at least different parts of it. So I think this is something that we can foresee to be coming in the future with this game.
And that's really nice if you know, like, one of your favorite Pokemon is in the region, but you can't find it till later. Like, a lot of people liked Alolan Vulpix in Regular Sun, but I don't think in Regular Sun you couldn't get it till, like, the very end, like Victory
Yeah, that
Road
was
or something.
annoying. It was like when you got, like, your 7th totem or whatever it was. Yeah, you had to go all the way up in the mountain for that. That was annoying, because that wouldn't be one of my first ones.
Now you can, like, actively seek out your team in the beginning of the game and then just keep the same team throughout the whole thing.
Yep. Yeah, and that's why it's so neat that they're going to be able to do something like that, hopefully, at least.
I don't think we'll be able to take gyms in whatever order we want to, though. I was hoping for it, but I don't think so, because they specified this guy as the first gym leader, and the leaks, they specify a 4th gym leader, so...
Oh.
Also, the trainer also has Grookey.
Oh man, that might have just debunked that, because if they're labeling specifically which gym leader, so they might we might have a specific
19
route.
though, which is like,
was it actually?
Yeah, it was level 19, which is like for a first gym leader, like usually that's between like what 12, 14, something like that. 19 is crazy up there.
If you really want to go early, you got level 9 in Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Yeah, that's true. Gold and Silver.
13.
You're pretty low.
13 in HGSS.
And I think
sorry,
Kalos, even the region with the most EXP, was like what, level 12, 13 with
13,
14 max, I think. Yeah.
So 19 for the first gym leader is pretty insane, actually.
No, it was like maybe we do get to choose gyms in order we want, and this is like canonically the order, but
it's kind of like how there's a recommended path in Kanto and Johto, but you don't have to follow it.
Right, yeah, it could be that.
Or it could be that Crystal Clear where you can pretty much go in any order you want. That could be interesting.
Could be.
Yeah. Or hack is,
I feel like at least the last gym will be like a required last gym. Like, they'll be like, this is the Dragon Gym. This is always the 8th gym or something like that.
Yeah, like how Heart Gold and Soul Silver did Blues Gym. You couldn't fight them until the rest of them. Right.
Well, as far as the rest of the leaks go, were there any other leaks that we saw that we wanted to cover? Or I think we kind of went over.
Wait, sorry. You think we can talk about one more character before we get into the leaks?
Oh yeah, sure.
Sonya, whatever.
Dude, she's awesome.
That's all I want to hear.
S tier.
That's all I want to hear.
Thick with 4 C's, dude.
Okay, like honestly though, I feel like she's gonna be really important to the story. I feel like she's gonna be the one to like save Leon from like going to despair or something, because she's their childhood friends or something like that. So I feel like she's gonna play a much bigger role in the story than everyone's expecting her to. But that's all I wanted to say, just because we didn't talk about her too much.
We didn't talk about the professor either.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the professors are, well, I mean, they're pretty standard. This one is just more of, well, her name is Professor Magnolia, and this professor does the researching on the Dynamax, kind of like with the last one, researched the Alolan forms, the last one researched the Mega Evolution, so he kind of just, whatever that new feature is, that's what the professor researches. I don't know if we get anything more out of her than that. I don't know if she has anything more specific, or they didn't seem like they really emphasized her within this trailer. I think they emphasized the champion more than they did her.
I saw a tweet earlier today that said that Sonia will give you the starter Pokemon, and then Professor Magnolia will give you like the old lady, like hard lemon candy or whatever it is.
I'm kind of glad it's an old lady though, because we have Juniper, who's a young female, and then we have Sycamore, Kukui, young males, and then the rest of them old males. This is our first like old female.
Yeah, this
the
is like
professors were getting
an
younger
Agatha.
and younger for a long time.
Yeah,
like they started with old dudes and they just kept getting younger.
Yeah, now we got an Agatha lookalike with the cane with the Pokemon on the head, where it looks like it's the Corviknight. I think that's for her, like the handle on her cane on there. So definitely has an Agatha style. Well, yeah. If you're able to look up the trainer art or the character art, I believe it shows.
What's that? Let me see.
Cool. Yeah, it's like a little handle, wooden handle.
Yeah, where you can kind of zoom in. It's on the website where it looks like it is that Pokemon. I could be wrong. Could be like a Honchkrow or something like that, but I would assume it'd be probably Galar based.
Yeah, it does look like Corviknight. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool.
Now, does anyone think on her necklace though if that's a Z ring or that's a Z crystal?
Oh, actually, let me.
It doesn't look exactly the same, so I'm saying no.
People
Yeah.
are saying she might be part of Aether, or like she's like Dianthus aunt or something. I don't know. It's too early for that, I think.
I just got a screenshot from one of my viewers, and it's really, really interesting. Do you guys think that this could potentially be a new Rotom form?
Yellow thingy.
Oh yeah, I tweeted that out, so I'll send that over really quick. So it seems like it is a Rotom Drone. It's actually yellow, so that's the symbol for it, but it was actually in the trailer. And it looks exactly like that, but it's a yellow Rotom that represents the I'm assuming the different camera angles in the battle, because a lot of people watch them, so I think that just seems to be like a little aesthetic touch within the battles. And the reason why it's yellow is because maybe it's not an actual Rotom, it just is in the form of one, that's just how they manufactured it, because I don't think a shiny Rotom is yellow.
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah,
I think they're like a darker orange kind of. I think, or like a pink color maybe. I have no clue, but definitely not yellow.
I think it's pink. I think it's pink. Yeah,
Paste
Yeah,
it in there.
it's pink.
it's pink. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I like Rotom just being used as like an aesthetic thing. Like it makes sense. Like it would embody all kinds of technology, not just like the forms that it has. And you see that with the cell phone and the Pokedex, and now these cameras. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because it was just the yellow that threw me off, whether it would be real or not. But I guess technically, I mean, it doesn't matter what that object is.
It could be a real Rotom, but like it might just be an aesthetic thing, and I think it will be.
Okay.
Who knows, man? Sinnoh's coming up. We might
That's
get
true.
all sort of.
2020. Hopefully.
Yeah, but now we can go to the leaks. So, was there anything else that we wanted to cover in the leaks, or do we feel like we went over a general amount?
Let's see. I haven't taken a good look at them, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, check the chat. I sent the screenshot in there. So yeah, anything that we might have missed. So one of the things with the Dynamax is that some Dynamaxes might turn Pokemon into a different form, whether that's for 3 turns or if that seems to be like a permanent thing. But that just means that's what it looks like when it does its Dynamax form.
That's
where
pretty
the
cool.
sentence here is Dynamaxing and it's Gigantamaxing are new dynamics that will supersize Pokemon in a specific area. Gigantamaxing or Giant Maxing, whatever it is
Probably Gigantamax.
Okay, that makes sense. Gigantamaxing is different from Dynamax as it changes what the Pokemon looks like. Meowth looks like a long cat. Lapras gets layers like musical bars as its shell. And Pikachu looks like retro fat Pikachu. So there is a chance where they do have that ability to turn into a new form. This one seems a little bit out there, but for the fact that so much of the other stuff is credible, which seems like that might be a possibility.
Pamper Electric Corgi Pokemon. Interesting.
I think it's interesting that they're taking out the gym puzzles and doing kind of like an island trial type of thing beforehand. Seems like they're taking the best of both worlds out of that.
Yeah, they're fusing both gym battles and trials together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One thing I just want to quickly say before I gotta correct myself. So I was talking about how the gyms, like the guy said the 4th gym is a fairy type gym. He also says the first gyms are led by Milo, Nessa, and Kabu. So maybe Milo's the one that we've seen today. So maybe the other 2, maybe the first 3 you can take in any order, and then the 4th one you have to go to for sure.
I can also see the first 3 being like grass, water, fire.
Water. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
And I hope their levels will also scale depending on like which one you go to first.
Yeah, that like maybe they will get us, because like we have specifically it's listed as the 4th gym leader for what's his name, the one that was revealed. So maybe there is a rotation where we have at least kind of like what we did. Was it for Unova where it took us a different route? So maybe we just get to choose within the first 3 areas, because it looks like from the map that it's kind of open at the beginning. So maybe we do have that option. But once we are done with that area, then we have to go this specific route to be able to finish the game. So maybe they're trying to do something open worlds, but maybe that's just me hoping every single game that's going to happen.
What I'd like to failing levels, it'd be pretty. You have to do this in the form of like having do that. That'd be fantastic. But I'd like to see it be impossible to actually overlap. And so no matter what direction you take, no matter who you face first, if you're level 50 by the 3rd gym, per se, then they're going to have higher level Pokemon than you are. So it's always a challenge. I'd like to see that, personally.
Yeah. And it's not like they haven't done that before with things like the Battle Frontier and Battle Tower, stuff like that. So I feel like it would be easy to just say, Gym Leader's Pokemon is your own +5 or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that would keep it challenging and sort of balanced. I'd like that.
Yeah, and you'd be more worried about the battle than you would be the level. So you'd be more strategizing, just like, well, I'm stronger, so I can just beat him now, where it shouldn't work like that.
Exactly. No, yeah, that's a good point to make. It's more about like actual skill to some degree.
Yeah, because that's the fun of the game. It's not fun if you're going to be whatever 10 levels over and you can pretty much use a water move against like a grass type and still be able to win. I just don't think that's not the point of the game. The point is to be able to get to that point and having your specific moves to be able to strategize to be able to defeat this trainer or gym leader. So I think that's what Pokemon's intention is. So doing something like that where they are kind of trying to close the level gap with you and battling the gym leaders, I think that's their general goal. So, but as far as any other topics that we have, I think we've kind of covered all the main ones. So now that we know what we've seen, kind of what we might expect going forward, so what do you guys want to see that is shown in the next Direct?
Ooh.
Starter evolutions.
Yeah,
And,
definitely Starter Evolutions, I would feel
All
like.
of them, or just the second stage?
Just the second stage for now.
Second stage. We get them, one stage at a time.
I would be
Also,
totally fine if
one-
they didn't even show up the final stage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
just
prefer-
because we
just
can
like
kind
how
of
the next
infer
Y.
looking at the
Exactly.
second stage.
So what? Okay, now that we know, now that we got this leak, this guy said that Scorbunny's gonna be pure fire. What do you guys think Salvo and Grookey are gonna evolve into, based off of what we already know?
Oh, Water Ghost, please.
I want Water Ghost and Water Dragon for Salvo.
I can see Dragon. Dragon, Ghost, gonna keep the water with it, so maybe Psychic, I don't know.
Well, the
Which
leak
seems-
said like he gets kind of like a spy theme when he
Yeah,
evolves.
so let's say the leak said
and he turns
Salvo is a spy
invisible. So
Maybe
like,
Water Ghost, Water Dark. Maybe?
I don't think it'll be Water Darks. We just had that with Greninja, and I think Pokemon learned
yeah.
their lesson from repeating types.
That's true.
team. Grookey's is that he'll end up with it as a giant gorilla that beats a wood drum to attack. So it's kind of like
I
that.
could see
Phantom
Grass Ground, maybe? Grass Fighting?
Yeah. How many
That's
grass
fighting.
fighting do we have?
just
Uh,
Bloom and
not-
Chestnut, I think.
Is
Virizion.
Simisage
Yeah,
is Simisage grass fighting, or is it just pure grass?
No, it's
grass,
just pure
just
grass.
grass, pure
Okay.
grass.
Yeah, so I think that'd be a welcome, brand new dual typing to be able to bring to the game. So I could definitely see that where they might do it a couple times with the starters. I mean, trying to think with water what we don't have yet. I don't know if you guys remember from your video that you made.
Would you guys be okay with just pure water, pure grass, pure fire?
No,
To be honest.
it's boring. I think it'd
Yeah.
have to have a unique ability to make it fun to be able to play competitively or just while you're doing your playthrough, because with water it's just more simple. So I think giving it other elements just makes it a little bit more interesting. So if you have that ability, why not?
I think if one of them ends up being like a pure typing, like it can work. Like they did that with Blastoise in Gen 1, and they did that with
Alligator.
for Alligator. And also Gen
Only
5,
water.
two of them ended up being pure, but one of them was dual typing. So maybe like if two of them end up dual and one of them is single, like I'm fine with that actually.
Yeah. For me, like Greninja had Protean as an ability. Like I know it's a hidden ability, but still, like it made up for. Even if Greninja was pure water, it would still be fine, you know.
And I mean, in a perfect world, they'd all have dual typings, but
Yeah, but I'd definitely like to see the evil team, because this leak says Team Yell. I have no. Well, what the hell is Team Yell? Like,
I hope that's
I
hope it's like a beta name or something.
Like I said before, hi, Billy Mays here for Team Yell. It does not get old.
Yeah, that might be something where maybe that's the one thing that's wrong, or it is a code name to be able to figure out what it is, or maybe they wear yellow and he just used that because maybe it wasn't given away, but just seen in a trailer where it showed that they were bad guys, but maybe they didn't label them. I don't think they've ever done that before, but I mean, I don't think we've ever had a leak where 100% of it is true. A lot of it is you have true stuff within the leak, but there's also fake stuff, maybe so it doesn't allow the Pokemon Company or Game Freak to be able to track this and, I don't know, make sure they make them delete the post or whatever, because I think they've had that with the leaked Sun and Moon starters, right? Because weren't they asking them to take them down?
Yeah.
So I
They
think
were
kind
up for
of,
like a good week.
yeah.
Everyone thought they were fake, and all of a sudden they disappeared. Everyone was like, "Wait, what was that? What happened?"
Hey, man, I was on the boat that they were real the entire time. Just at me, bro. At me.
Oh yeah, I completely discredited it. I was just more mad that they were leaked this early on. Like they can't be it. Like there's someone that's just trying to BS us and just.
I think when it was Mallow who was revealed, that was when people were like, oh crap,
Yeah.
oh crap.
Mhm.
She was in the Incineroar artwork.
Yep, yep, and that was kind of where everyone kind of fell into it. And then he even said that was him when what was his someone like asked for an autograph with the I think it was by
and he was like, oh crap, we haven't revealed these guys yet, or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about that last time, I think.
yeah. But as far as anything else for the direct, are you guys looking forward to anything else? Is there anything that you want to see that they have not announced, or you would just like to see that be announced, or what you can expect would come next from what we got in this trailer?
The evil legendary to go along with the
No,
sword and shield dog.
I don't even want to see that. I think that would be just too much, man.
I just want to
Yeah.
see a handful of new Pokemon designs, and
Yeah,
I really don't care about anything else at this point.
Mhm.
Like,
Maybe
I've
the
seen
silhouette.
enough.
I just want to know part of the story.
Maybe the Gigantium thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like if they showed the evolutions for like old Pokemon, like a Farfetch'd evolution or something like that, that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Maybe
so I
they
think
can
yeah.
introduce maybe like the regional forms. So,
I feel like since we got like this big news dump, like I feel like for E3 we won't get too much. They might focus on other things, so maybe we'll get like maybe
E3
one or
is
two
next
new
weekend.
Pokemon.
I might just do
Well, they
demo.
have, like-
gameplay.
Well, they've done that before, where they revealed like a handful of Pokemon before E3, and then like during the Treehouse segment, they reveal like a couple more. So,
Yeah, they'll do like a little
Maybe, like, a
gameplay of like
gameplay
the
of, like,
first
what
route
they
or
really
something.
like I think we got Young Goose at
Yep.
E3 on Sun and Moon, and then I think we got Talonflame in like the XY, as well as Skrelp and Clauncher. They were also revealed.
Yes.
I think
Yep.
they're being very careful about how many Pokemon they reveal and stuff, because I think they heard our cries about Sun and Moon being like revealed to us too much beforehand.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of rumors about how August 31st is going to be next direct based off of
Yep, the jersey.
And I feel like the marketing team never really knows how many Pokemon are going to be in the final product, because they always
That's
reveal
true.
the same amount of Pokemon regardless of what the final generation size is.
They're probably just told this is what we want to announce, then you go and post that. So
Yeah, like it's always 50 to 60 Pokemon, like regardless if it's Gen 5 with 156 or if it's Gen 6 with only 72. Like that's always the number that they reveal.
yeah. Yeah, so hopefully they'll keep the trend where that maybe they'll just release information on directs rather than doing the Koro and the monthly YouTube uploads. So if they can kind of limit that, where they don't show as much information because they just basically gave away the entire Sun and Moon games. So I think they learned from that. They'll do it like maybe once every couple months, where we can expect August 31st, and then maybe one more with in like August or not August, more like October or November before the release, and that's it. And then probably after the release, they might show more information if you haven't bought the game yet, to get them to buy the game. Because that's, I think, what they should have done with Red and Blue when they revealed them in a trailer. They did it before the game, which was absolutely ridiculous. But if they did it maybe like 3 weeks afterwards, then it'd be able to like, oh, maybe we should get this game. Kind of like with Avengers, where if you guys saw that, they didn't spoil anything. But then immediately after the game or the movie came out, that's when we got a lot more spoiler kind of stuff that was within the trailer.
didn't he? Who?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Did I black out again?
Yeah, that
Go
was
ahead.
really laggy for a second.
Oh my god. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I was just basically talking about just making sure they don't spoil the game. So, that's basically what I think their approach is going to be for Sword and Shield going forward. I think we're all on the same page that we like less information. That as long as they keep it more on the down low, maybe just release a couple Pokemon just so we have an idea what we might want for our team before the game comes out. Just get an idea for that. I think that's good. And yeah, I think that's about it for the approach on Sword and Shield. So we can get to our closing thoughts. So we'll just kind of go in order from what we had at the beginning. What is your level of excitement now for Sword and Shield? We can start with Mystic.
My final thoughts for Pokemon Sword and Shield. I really, really want them to incorporate the Gigantium evolution sequence to go along with the what's it called again? The
Dynamax.
Yeah, Dynamax.
Dynamax. It sounds like it sounds like a '90s VHS tape or something. But anyways, I really hope that they expand on that. I really would like to see the middle stage starter evolutions next time. I also would like to see the rivals, more of maybe just a little bit more character behind Leon, just to kind of like give us a hint, of like what his intentions are, and maybe like a little like it's like a Leon does this like in his free time or something. It's like, oh, I wonder if that could be a potential hint towards him being an evil boss or an evil villain or things like that. I'm just hoping that with these new games that I can be satisfied with a brand new Pokemon experience.
And to add on to that, one thing I feel like that's always happened with the games is we stop playing them very quickly after we're done with the playthrough. Where if we can get something to keep playing that game for 6 months to like a year forward, where it's just something we can pick up and they have events every week or every month, I think that would be the next goal for Pokemon to achieve, rather than just, all right, play through the game, all right, now I'm waiting for the next one in a year or two from now. Okay, and then JPR, what are you thinking? Thoughts or your excitement level for Sword and Shield?
I'm really excited after what they showed us today. I hope that we get to see even more of the environments, because I feel like that's their big selling point here, is the open world and whatnot. So I want a little more than just like the city with the Big Ben and the Snow City that we've seen a few times now. Like, I hope we get to see some more locations as we go along, so we get to actually get a feel for what the whole region looks like. And obviously just a few more Pokemon designs. I don't care much about characters really, because they'll be there. The plot will be there. Like, I'll figure that out as I go. But just a few more Pokemon, a few more cities and things like that, and I'll be good to go.
Okay. And
you know what? New evolution too.
yes.
That
Oh
too.
yeah, I'm on
That
that.
too.
I'm on board
We
for
totally
that.
forgot to talk about that.
I still think we're getting one.
I think we are too.
I would say yes, but that's just because I'm hoping for one rather than me thinking we will get one.
I think we will.
You gotta get a dragon type, bro. We just need that last type for the special types.
Dragon or maybe steel. Either one.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I don't know if I'm physical. No.
All right, and Zach, final thoughts?
Man, I'm like super excited. Like, I was already excited about these games from day one because like they look like leaps and bounds better than any other game we've had because it's on the Switch. But then today, like I feel like they blew my expectations out of the water. I didn't want to get too hyped, but then they got me super hyped because like I like the whole open worldness, like everyone's already talked about. It's very like it shows that the game is like the region looks huge. Like if you scale like what they show, the game footage they showed to like the map that they gave us like in February, the game looks freaking huge. And I like the fact that they brought like Overworld Pokemon back and like they brought back the bike and all these new features. It just looks very promising. I mean, and what is it? Dynamaxing is a little questionable, but I have an open mind about it. I'm just kind of excited just to play a new Pokemon game that looks awesome, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Jason.
I mean, all in all, like I've tried my very best to avoid any and all news with this game, just to give myself the most hype possible. No, it's true though. I have, and so like, I mean, this trailer gave me enough to be excited and hold myself over. I personally like think until the game comes out, I would rather everything at this point be a surprise, but I know we all kind of share a bit of a different opinion on that, but regardless, if there's a bit more revealed, cool. I just think that if anything, stay away from the plot and storyline stuff. But otherwise, this trailer, I think I could say it's got me a lot more excited than I was in the original one did, for sure.
Mhm. Yep, 100% agree.
Oh yeah.
All right, and Hybrid, finish it off.
So I guess I'm different from everyone else here. I personally really like the legendaries, the mascots, and
I do too.
I do too, yeah.
okay,
I don't
cool,
mind
cool,
them.
cool.
I like them a lot. I'm with the hybrid.
Alright,
I think
cool,
it might
cool,
just be me.
cool. Okay, never mind then. All right, because I really like the legendaries. I kind of want to know a bit of the plot, just the beginning, just like what's this game about. I just want to know that and a little bit of the lore. Besides that, I'd like to see the evil team. Oh, the best thing about this entire direct is that I can now play Pokemon Sleep with Wooloo. I'll be cuddling with Wooloo. I'll be sleeping, dreaming about Wooloo. Everything's gonna be about Wooloo. It's gonna be amazing. And Leon's freaking evil, man. Yeah, that's it.
All right, mark it down. It's what is it? June 6th or June 5th.
June 5th.
Champion is evil. We will come back once we figure that out when the game comes out.
Wooloo's the best Pokemon to have Pokemon Sleep with. Or sorry, that sounded bad.
Oh, bro.
Best Pokemon to use with Pokemon Sleep.
June 5th. I'm gonna mark this one down too.
Hold that.
Hybrid like sheep confirmed. Alright.
All right. Well,
Hey, right.
well. On that note, thank you guys so much for being a part of this podcast. Love having every single one of you guys on. All bring different insight to the game, so very appreciated for coming on again. Thank you to the audience if you guys make it to the very end. We always have really long podcasts, but we got a lot to talk about, and we really enjoy doing it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to be able to reach any of these YouTubers, I will link every single YouTuber in the comments below. And if you guys want to do any kind of closeouts, go ahead. We can just do the same order that we did at the beginning.
Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Peace, love, and positivity, and peace out.
Adios, amigos.
Nice.
Cookie gang.
And
God.
that's officially everyone. We will see you guys in the next one. We're out.